Let's get ready to rumble!
Yo, what's going on, yo? Welcome to Sports Hub Podcast, episode 6. Some things changed. We got a new special guest for tonight. We got our boy CJ Talk Sports on late notice. He pulled through for us. What's good?
Absolutely came in clutch. Thank you so much.
Came in clutch like Daniel Jones last week.
Always a pleasure. I'm not there for that. I'm not there when you want me to, but I'm there when you need me.
Exactly.
Got you. We got Nate's actually heading out on a family vacation, so he couldn't be here tonight. But make sure you go check out the Nate Show, one of our main hosts.
Shout out to Nathaniel Williams.
Absolutely, dropping Legal's names. Let's get it. A shout out to Nathaniel. Nathaniel, if you're out there watching, enjoy your family vacation, man. Have fun. Let's get it.
All right, let's get it. So,
what's up, franchise? What's up, Brady? Thank you for being here tonight.
What?
Sorry to interrupt.
Okay. We're just going to get right into this. Week 6 predictions, starting off with a potential worse matchup than last Thursday night, Commanders-Bears. We'll start with CJ.
Oh, Father, NFL, please do better with these Thursday night schedules. I had a whole rant on this when we were doing our halftime adjustments for the previous Monday night game. What the hell, man? I mean... thank God that this is Halloween season, so I don't have to waste my time watching this garbage. Two teams that I do not like, for one reason or the other. If I had to bet money on this, which thankfully I'm not, I'm probably gonna go Washington by 3. I don't like the Bears' offensive philosophy. Justin Fields is too up and down for me. Carson Wentz, at least I know what I'm somewhat am going to get. Washington's defensive line should feast on potentially the worst O-line in all of football in Chicago. So this is going to be a butt ugly ass game, but I'll take Washington to win this 20-17.
Okay. Zion?
Yeah, if I'm Amazon, I'm calling NFL and I'd be like, well, what the hell? We gave you all this money and look at the games we're getting. With that being said, that's aside. They'll probably have some better matchups later on in the year. But yeah, these Thursday night games has been absolutely
We've had one good one.
Absolutely. I'm gonna make it fast though. Give me the Commanders 24, the Bears 10.
All right. I'm actually going to take the Bears here. I'm going to say Carson Wentz's struggles continue. He's going to throw 3 picks, 2 of them to Eddie Jackson. And when Eddie Jackson gets an interception, I think the Bears have 1 loss in all of that total, so they're almost undefeated when that happens. Give me the Bears 19-17. Close game, very boring. We'll see what happens. All right, Ravens-Giants.
Oh, boys, I love you. And I really hope that you guys continue to prove me wrong, but against these veteran playoff caliber teams, I'm not ready to go all in on you guys yet. I do think this is going to be a battle. I do think this has potential to be a high-scoring game, but I got to roll with the Ravens on this one. As much as I want to believe that Wink is going to have an answer for Lamar, who knows Wink's system better than Lamar Jackson? So the best way to defeat an aggressive defensive coordinator like Wink is to run the ball right at him. And so the Ravens, while they certainly they're certainly not the most high-powered offense that we played this year. I probably would still give the edge to the Packers, who we were able to shut out in the second half. I don't think that defensive game plan is necessarily going to work against a team like Baltimore. So I'm going to take the Ravens in a relatively high-scoring game 27-21. So again, I would love to be wrong.
I like it. I had it coming into this season at 7-10, and this football team with this coaching staff has absolutely proved me wrong. You know what I'm saying? We're playing outstanding football. To hold Green Bay to nothing, you know, we practically ran to the safety. You know, we gave them the safety. So to hold them and just shut the ball down, and I don't care if like, well, you guys really didn't give Aaron Rodgers a chance. He didn't get the ball. That's what good defenses do. They don't let the quarterback on the other side of the field have the ball. You know what I'm saying? Our offense did a good job on staying on the field too. But that being said, but this game, I'm drinking the juice, man. I am in love with this team right now and the way we've been playing, especially this defense. I think that being that this is McMortendale's, you know, ex team, he's going to come out there and he's going to try to make a statement. You know what I'm saying? And he's been making statements with his defense all year. This whole coaching staff got the players playing for them, and I can see them continuing. I can see this high horse continuing. I honestly think that Jacksonville is a tougher out than the Ravens at this point for our team. That being said, I think we'll be able to control. If you look at who the Ravens have, they're gonna need to get the ball to their running backs. Lamar Jackson obviously is gonna get his on the ground, but I think we can control that. And I think if Berkeley continues to put in the offense on his back, Daniel Jones continues to move around and play good football, I think we can come on here with a victory. Give me the Giants 24, the Ravens 21.
Yeah, man, I'm going to keep riding high on this. Every time I predict the Giants to win, they usually do. And I have the Giants scoring the same amount of points as you do, but I have it being a lot tighter ball game. Give me the Giants 24-23. Now, here's the thing. Sure, Wink Martindale knows how to handle Lamar Jackson, but let's also keep in mind Lamar Jackson was practicing against Wink Martindale's defense every single day.
That's exactly what CJ brought up. Yeah.
It's going to be a really tight matchup. But I'm going to say the Giants defense will get to pick off Lamar twice. And we're going to have Kayvon's first career sack will be a strip sack this week in the fourth quarter, and that's what's going to give the Giants the W. Give me the Giants 24-23.
To me, the biggest key in this ball game is going to be whether or not can the Giants possess the ball long enough so that Daniel can actually get a rhythm as far as what this Ravens defense want to do. They run a lot. They actually run a very similar type of scheme that we ran last year. A lot of cover 3, a lot of cover 4, a lot of cover heavy zone type of matchups. So if Daniel could just stay patient, give Saquon enough cracks against this defense, I actually do think the Giants could figure out a way to squeak out a win. The Ravens have a ton of talent on that defensive side. They got like 5 or 6 Pro Bowlers on the defensive side of the ball. When they're not giving up big plays, their defense is one of the stingiest.
Green had a nice interception last week against his former LSU teammate and Joe.
So to me, as much as I think Wink is going to do a fairly good job scheming up against Lamar, I'm more worried about is our offense going to be able to stay ahead of the chains against a stingy defense like Baltimore.
Yeah. All righty, here we go. Jaguars Colts. CJ?
Oh man. Just when I feel like I'm ready to wrap my arms around this Jaguars team, they disappoint me in the most shocking way possible. Trevor Lawrence is Mr. Jekyll and Hyde. As much as I want to believe in him in the future as a star quarterback, it's games like this that's really going to test his mettle. The Colts just got physically, mentally, emotionally embarrassed the first couple of weeks of the year. Then they somehow get a miraculous win against the Chiefs, and now all of a sudden they got brand new life. The Jaguars have an opportunity to stop a mud hole in this team yet again. This time around, they're going to Indianapolis, a place where they've historically struggled. I am leaning towards Jacksonville to win this game, but I think it's going to be a lot closer than their first matchup, honestly. Give me the Jaguars to win this game 24-17.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to just say it's going to be a slow game. You know what I'm saying? I think it's going to be a low-scoring game, a defensive game. I want to make this too long. Just give me the Jaguars 17-10.
Now I know people like Franchise in the chat are saying it's in Indianapolis, not Jacksonville. This is a W for the Colts. I'm going to say that historical streak ends, and the Jaguars are going to do it in a good fashion. Give me the Jaguars 32-17 in a blowout.
I like that.
Patriots Browns.
My God. Oh, father.
Battle of the trash.
Two teams that I historically could never trust. It's the Bill Belichick Bowl. Battle of two teams whose best days are obviously clearly behind them or clearly ahead of them. Mac Jones is out. Jacoby Brissett is just meh. Bailey Zapp has fared pretty solid. I'm still gonna roll with the Browns just simply because while I'm still not fully ready to wrap my arms around this team until obviously Watson comes. The Patriots' 2 wins have come against probably the 2 worst teams in football, in the Detroit Lions and the Pittsburgh Steelers. So because the Browns are not nearly as bad as either one of those 2 teams are, I'll take Cleveland to win this in a nail-biter, 20-17.
Okay.
Yeah, give me the Browns 28-17. The Browns are absolutely going to demolish this Patriots team. I feel sorry for Bill Belichick at this point. I mean, like, this team is not where they're supposed to be this time in the season. Like, I'm not saying they're going to be a playoff team, but Patriots are not playing good football, and obviously they lost their starting quarterback. So that being said, give me the Browns.
Yeah, give me the Browns 20-7. The Patriots aren't going to be able to score against this defense. It's as simple as that. Especially Bailey Zappi. What is he, a 5th-round pick? He got to play Myles Garrett and this Cleveland secondary. Yeah, It's over. Go home. Bengals Saints.
Is Jameis back yet?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'm not too sure too. But even if he was, give me the Bengals.
Because that was exactly my point. If with the way New Orleans utilizes both Taysom Hill and Andy Dalton, I might be inclined to take the Saints. But the Bengals, much like the Colts, it seems to me they're starting to figure things out. They had a tough, brutal game against Baltimore, a game that they almost snuck away with the win. Give me the Bengals to win this game 23-17. Burrow and Chase hooks up on a couple of touchdowns.
Yeah, I kind of like the Billboard Hazard guy. His prediction of 37-10. My prediction is pretty similar. I'm going to have the Bengals 34. I'm going to have the Saints 17. I slaughtered your dad's YouTube channel. But by the way, check him out, guys.
Yeah, man. Give me the Bengals 26-14. Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase hook up on 2 of them. Mixon gets the 3rd. And the Saints just don't have it. Listen, man. Sure, I predicted the Saints to go to the NFC Championship, and I even locked it in on Zion's stream. I'm being humiliated. It's fine. The Saints suck. It's whatever. Buccaneers, Steelers.
Next question.
Yeah, for real. I mean, like the Steelers.
Mike Tomlin. You've earned my respect. You've earned my respect more times than I can count. The record. Throughout your career, you've never had a losing season. Well, you're about to get your first one, my friend. Your first losing season will be locked up probably by Thanksgiving. So enjoy these meaningless games until you clinch up that first losing record. But the Buccaneers are going to absolutely destroy the Steelers. Give me Buccaneers 30-17.
It's all fun and games until the Steelers get Will Anderson and TJ Watt on the same team.
Now, long term, that's going to be frightening.
Give me 35-10.
27-9. 49ers Falcons. This is in London, so I think this one's gonna be pretty close. But I'll let CJ go over this one.
Niners. Don't even have to think twice about it. It's cliche, but a true classic never goes out of style. What do you always want to pack when you're going halfway across the country? Pack a running game and pack a defense, and a great head coach to go along with that. Niners got all three. Veteran quarterback who's been there and done it before. Niners 30-17.
If this game was in the States, I'm gonna pick SF, but this game is in London, and I have the Rams. I have the Falcons with the upset. I think the playmakers are gonna play. I know they have Debo. I know they have Kittle. I know San Francisco has playmakers also, but I think and obviously San Francisco is the better team here. If this game was in the States, give me the Niners. Don't put money on this game based off of this prediction. I just think that the Falcons are gonna go out there and ball in London. Give me the Falcons 24, the Niners 21.
Wait,
Falcons win by a field goal.
ain't no way it's in Atlanta. I literally read online today that it's in London.
Yeah, it
It
just
is
says
Atlanta.
Atlanta right now, bro.
Whatever. Well, I don't really care. Give me
But
the
yeah,
Niners.
I'm predicting it as it's in London. But now, if it is in Atlanta, the prediction kind of changes. Defenses win football games. CJ made excellent points on that. I'm probably have the same score. I could go anywhere, but my score prediction is going to be 24-21.
Yo, listen. I was told it's in London. Get off my balls.
Mm-hmm.
Give me the 49ers 37-27.
Let's get it. Jets Packers.
CJ?
This, I'm telling you this now. This could potentially be a serious upset, and I'm not even bullcrapping when I say
They
this.
lose to New York back-to-back weeks.
The Jets have the type of team. They have the right formula and the right coach to match up against a team like Green Bay. They have Robert Saleh. Who not once but twice in the playoff, not once but twice has gone up against Aaron Rodgers in the playoffs and has totally shut him down. Sauce Gardner is going to be a top 3 corner in football within the next 2 years, bar none. You could book it. The Jets also have a pass rush. Quinn Williams, Carl Lawson, Jermaine Johnson. I love this defensive front, and I love their defensive scheme. However, offensively, the Jets are still not quite there yet. Offensively, Zach Wilson, he's fine, but he's kind of like where Daniel is right now. He's just a game manager. And unfortunately, as much as I love Breece Hall, as much as I love Michael Carter, they are not Saquon. And the Jets got some good weapons. Can't deny that. Garrett Wilson, easily Offensive Rookie of the Year. This is a potential upset alert for me, but I can't go against Aaron Rodgers against a relatively rebuilding team. I'm going to say this game goes down to the wire. Give me the Packers 23-24.
I think the Packers come out here and feast, and I don't think Aaron Rodgers per se comes out here and feast. I think AJ Dillon and Aaron Jones comes out here and feast. I think they're gonna learn their lesson in London when it happens of not giving the running backs the ball. And I think that these receivers on this roster, like a Cobb and like a Lazard, are good playmakers, but yet alone, Aaron Rodgers does need to upgrade at that position. The Jets is letting up a lot of. I think they let up over 100 yards in all of their games this season on the ground. I know Cleveland got over 200 yards on them. I think this Miami team they just beat is not the Miami team from the beginning of the season. Miami kind of took a step back. So I just think Green Bay comes out here and shows why Green Bay is Green Bay. I don't see Aaron Rodgers, like CJ said. I don't see Aaron Rodgers losing twice in a row. I see him utilizing the backs and having a mediocre game throwing the football, but I can expect both backs to have a really good game with carries and also with snaps out of the backfield. So give me the Packers here, 30 for the Jets, 10.
Sora? Sorry, not Sora. CJ, you want to respond to this?
Say that. For right now, yes. I can't think of anyone ahead. It's certainly not any of the quarterbacks. So am I
Damian
missing
Pierce
someone?
is up there.
Who?
Damian Pierce.
He's been solid. He's
He's a top. He's 5th in rushing yards in the league.
Dude, I don't keep up with the Houston Texans like that. Okay.
What's
If
your
you want
prediction on the
to, if
Green
you
Bay
want to
game?
roll with Damian Pierce, I'm with you.
All right,
But
bet.
but at the bare minimum, he's top 3.
All right, bet. Vikings, Dolphins.
Tua were back, or if Bridgewater were healthy, this would be an entirely different story. I gotta roll with Minnesota. Oh, I gotta roll with Minnesota right here. Justin Jefferson and Kirk are cooking up a storm right now. The defense is relatively opportunistic.
For 1 second, Slay, get off Chris Olave's nuts. Continue.
Moving on. The fact that excuse me, I just lost my train of thought. Logan, Logan, pick it up from here. Logan, pick it up from here while I research my extra point.
Vikings, Dolphins. Give me the Vikings 15-12. No touchdown scored. It's gonna be a tight defensive game, but the Vikings are coming on top. The Dolphins, I don't know who the Bill Ball Adager guy is, but like he said, the Dolphins are in a tailspin. So yeah, we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Yo, I was just gonna say, give me the Vikings too. I got it 20-16, a bunch of field goals and probably a touchdown from the Dolphins. But yeah,
Wow, so I'm the only one going with a relatively higher score. Depending on which quarterback starts for Miami, give me Minnesota to win this game rather comfortably. I'll say Minnesota 31-20.
Panthers, Rams. Here's the thing: the Rams better make a statement. If they don't, the season's over. There, I said it.
Go ahead,
If the Rams are who I think they are, this needs to be the ultimate get right game for them.
This needs to be a blowout.
This needs to be a complete domination on all sides of the ball. The Panthers are just about ready to just call the season a wash.
Throw in the towel.
You got two quarterbacks who are injured, who both absolutely suck. You got an interim head coach. And listen, God bless Steve Wilkes for taking this job, man. But this is unfortunately likely to be his last head coaching opportunity, which just flat out sucks. Signal the CJ Stroud and Bryce Young back signal to the Panthers, because that is the only way they're going to save their franchise moving forward, is if they land one of these top-notch quarterbacks. So Rams, this is the ultimate get-right game for you guys.
Big Fridge, Matt Corral's out for the season.
Okay. And Matt Corral, this is your shot to get it done, buddy. Give me the Rams to win this game. This might be the biggest blowout of the schedule. Give me the Rams 38-7.
I like that. I'm gonna say 38-6. Honestly,
all right.
2 field goals. That's all you get
now.
from the Panthers.
Watch this game. Watch this game come down to a field goal to end the game.
Crazy, huh?
Give me the Rams 42-13. Cardinals, Seahawks.
This game should have been easy for me. When I wanted to preview this year. Wow. Damn.
Who would have thought Geno Smith is top 10 in the MVP race?
Cardinals are in an ultimate tailspin, and Geno Smith looks like the best quarterback in football right now. Golly.
Stop.
Listen, man.
Stop.
Listen, man. Initially, I said the Lions were the most fun bad team in football. Now I gotta give that claim to Seattle for sure. Even the games that they've lost have all gone to the wire.
The Eagles are the best trash team in football.
Hello.
I'm just.
So,
I'm
because
joking.
This game is in Seattle. Pete Carroll historically has had Kyler and Kingsbury's number. I can't believe I'm saying this. Give me Seattle 27-24. I think this screams upset alert if Arizona comes out flat.
I think honestly, this screams tie. You mean 9-9?
It's not going to be that low scoring.
Yo, big for
9-9. With Gino on the Eagles, they go 14-3. Oh man, go right
It's not
ahead.
going to be that low scoring. Golly.
9-9.
Does anybody know what a Seahawk is? Is that a species or do they just make
It's
that
a
up?
bird, ain't
It's a
it?
bird that lives by the coast.
Yeah, but it's not like a real. If you look up Seahawk, it's not a specific species. Like, there's no animal called a Seahawk.
It's a bird that lives by the sea.
Yeah, but there's no animal called a Seahawk.
It's a hawk that lives by the sea.
There's a lot of hawks though. Like, there's no specific animal called
Got
a
me looking up
Seahawk.
Seahawk. Okay, let's go next game. I'm
All
gonna look
right,
it up.
give me the Seahawks, 31-27. Bills Chiefs, game of the week. Me and Zion are calling this.
Game
Absolutely.
of the year. AFC title. A rematch of the two best teams the last few years. No disrespect, Bengals. Golly. I hate to be the one to bet against Mahomes in basically a primetime game.
That's a Seahawk, Logan.
But I'm gonna have to. I picked the Bills were my pick to win. The Bills were my pick to get to the Super Bowl. So and they
But
beat
It's an
Mahomes.
Osprey from the Eagles. Thank you
And
for
they-
the nature update. Let's go.
and
A
they
bit of
beat-
nature history tonight.
and they beat Kansas City at home last year, and we're 13 seconds away from doing it again this year.
I said it's not
Listen,
an animal.
Mohan, listen. Generally, I have this rule: do you have the best quarterback? Do you have the best coach? Do you have a respectable defense? She's got all three. Buffalo 2 has a top-notch quarterback, top-notch coach. Granted, it's on the defensive side of the ball. And they too have arguably the best defense in football.
So you don't even know what an osprey is. You don't even know what an osprey is, Slay. Stop.
Moving on. So I
Somebody
think
said
that
that.
this is my game.
Yep,
This
it's an
is my
Osprey.
game.
Bro, stop, Slay.
This is my game.
Real
This
quick, I
is
feel like
my
we skipped
game of the
over
year.
We skipped over the comment, but like let's really
Really?
let's focus on the Garrett Wilson.
What is
All
going
right,
on?
Olave's got 2 more receptions, same amount of touchdowns, 100 more receiving yards, has more yards per average. And also, feel like I need to mention, has played less games. Damian Pierce is currently 5th in rushing yards throughout the entirety of the
Sorry,
league.
calling into the show.
Thank you. I rest my case.
Thank you for your call-in, sir. I don't know who you are, but I have a good day.
That was Papa
Did he
Saw, guys. Go
Just
check him out. Call
did
it
he
into the
just
show.
call you just to call me out on the Damian Pierce take?
Yeah,
Didn't
he
I just
did.
Our fans go hoarding the paint.
Yo!
didn't I just say I don't watch Texans games, buddy. I've watched like one the whole year, so excuse me for being unaware on Damian Pierce. Okay,
Yo, TJ, what college did Damian Pierce go to?
It's okay. Let's move on.
No,
Great,
FSU.
Okay,
great
so
points
Sarah,
on Buffalo and the Chiefs. I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
Logan wanted to make a point, though.
Yeah, no, I was just. This is going to be by far away my most anticipated game of the year, except maybe Niners and Chiefs Super Bowl rematch. But nah, this could very easily be a rematch of either the divisional round or the AFC title game. I think Buffalo are going to pull a Cincinnati from last year where they actually beat Kansas City twice. I'm going to take the Bills in a very high-scoring game. Give me the Bills 38-34.
Alrighty, I like that. I think we got the Bills versus the Chiefs. We got the Cowboys versus the Eagles. These are all teams that I got in my top 10 that we're going to talk about after this. Both me and Logan will be calling both of these games, Bills Chiefs and also Cowboys Eagles. For the Bills Chiefs, I think the Bills are going to come out and try to have a statement win. But Kansas City's not going to let that happen. It's going to be another close one. Give me the Bills with the victory, 34, the Chiefs 31.
I have the Bills 43-39.
I like it.
So no
Cowgirl-
defense, basically.
Yeah, Cowgirls, She-Gulls.
People got upset. They're like, Chiefs and Bills should be the Sunday night game. This game, Chiefs and Bills, correct me if I'm wrong. Is that on Fox or CBS?
That's going to be on It's probably CBS because they're AFC teams.
Yeah,
right?
they're two AFC teams.
Yeah, CBS.
So there is no way in hell CBS is giving up that game. No
Damn,
chance.
what?
No chance.
Whoa, what?
No chance in hell. Plus, we still get a kick-ass Sunday. Plus, we still get a kick-ass Sunday night game in Dallas versus Philadelphia. My God, Cooper Rush. I'm sorry. I did not know who you were. I knew you.
It's fine, bro. It's
Let me rephrase that. I knew. I had a little bit of.
Just say what Shaq says. I apologize. I wasn't familiar with your game.
But now I totally am. And
Do
I'm
you see
all
him
in.
now?
I hate doing this, man. I hate doing this, but I gotta call a spade a spade.
Whoa.
Or like Slay's stepsister. Okay, continue.
Oh, whoa. Okay, CJ, continue.
Try to move past that brief distinction.
Cool off, CJ.
I think Micah Parsons is going to be all over Jalen Hurts, like white on this T-shirt. I think Cooper Rush is going to. I think Cooper Rush is going to make big time plays in the clutch. Dallas's defense is for real. I think they get Jalen Hurts on one turnover. I'm going with Dallas to win this 27-24. I hope I'm wrong. I sincerely hope that I'm wrong on this. But Dallas is serious, man. After what I saw them do tonight to both the Rams and the Bengals, I know the Eagles' offensive line is for real.
I want the Eagles to go 6-0, guys.
But that Dallas's pass rush is no joke. No joke at all. And Dan Quinn is not afraid, much like Wing, to fire up some crazy ass blitzes to rattle Jalen Hurts. I think Jalen Hurts is gonna have a tough time escaping that type of pressure and delivering the ball to his playmakers. I'm going to say Dallas wins a tight one, 27-24.
All right. I want Dallas to win this game, but I honestly think that the Eagles have a stacked roster right now with good playmakers that's making plays. I agree with you. I think Dallas has excellent defense. Michael Parsons playing good football. Everybody up front's playing good football. But guess what? Jalen Hurts did it this season. He had shown to get under pressure and escape. He had shown to escape the pocket and move. He had shown to find his playmakers, get them the ball. Now if you look at the Eagles defense, I haven't watched that much Eagles games, but they're playing good football and they're shutting teams down. All right. I do want the Cowboys to win this game for the Eagles can get a loss and we can be all tied. But at the end of the day, I honestly think that the Eagles come and find a way like they do. Whether they be running the ball, whether they be throwing the ball, the Eagles find a way. You can get rid of one side of the ball. Guess what? They're going to find a way to do something different. That's what they've been really good at this year is adjusting, making decisions on the fly and going out and performing. And once again, I want Dallas to slow down the Eagles' strain here, but I don't think they do. So that being said, let me get the Eagles 30-31, Dallas 28. I think we got another caller.
Welcome back, Evan.
Let's go to the phone lines.
Hello?
Hello. Sorry. Hi. Yes, calling back in. Big fan of the show. I would just like to say the Cowboys have not faced a top 18 O-line yet. I know the Rams and the Bengals were mentioned. The Rams, trash O-line. The Bengals somehow got even worse. The Bengals are going to turn Joe Burrow into the next Andrew Luck. Ever since Andrew Whitmire retired for the Rams, the O-line has been garbage. That was all. Thank you for having me on the show again.
That's a fun
Anytime.
Okay, so here's how we're gonna roll with this. Anyone that wants to call in, I'm gonna put my phone number in the chat because that sounds more professional. With that being said,
let's just give our phone number to people that know us, Logan. We don't want to leak it out there. Give a bunch of scam calls.
Give me the battle of the defenses, but I'm gonna have them Cowboys coming out on top. Now, I know what you may be thinking. Yes, every single week on this show, I've picked against the Eagles. So I'm gonna keep rolling with it, baby. Give me the Cowboys 17-14. And then we have Russell Wilson versus the guy that I want to spit on and cut his throat open.
Amazing quarterback and Justin Herbert. Absolutely love that kid. Go right ahead.
Why do you hate Justin Herbert all of a sudden?
Don't worry
That's
about
some time
it. We
for
got
another story.
Broncos Chargers, baby.
That's another story.
That's a
Russell
story
Wilson,
for
you've
another
broken
time.
my heart, you son of
Said
a
it backwards.
bitch.
I
Oh
said
my
it like
goodness.
Yoda. Time for another story. Continue.
Russell
CJ.
Wilson. Russell Wilson.
Russell Wilson, you are lost. No, one sec, CJ. This man had the.
Apologize if you're wearing headphones.
Let me back up from the mic. I forgot it was that. I was about to give you like Riley Reid. All right.
You went straight CJ mode then.
Yo, listen, bro. This man, Russell Wilson, had the audacity to launch a merchandise line, a clothing brand, the day after putting up the worst game in the history of Thursday Night Football. You have the audacity to launch a clothing brand after putting up that performance. Here's the thing. We all saw KJ Hamler over the middle, wide open for a touchdown. What Russell Wilson saw is flashbacks of Malcolm Butler. CJ, continue.
No comment. Again, man, I really thought we. What? Look, man.
Just in the communication
Brand
issues,
new
I have to agree
headphones,
with that
okay?
comment. Good job.
Listen, man. I was all in on the Denver Broncos with Russell Wilson this year. I really thought with Russell leaving that dinosaur of a town in Seattle, going to Denver, teaming up with a young offensive minded like Nathaniel Hackett, who clearly, no pun intended, can't hack it as a head coach, let alone as a coordinator. I really just thought Russell Wilson would figure it out. He's got weapons. He's got a good enough offensive line. He's healthy. And the last time we saw a healthy Russell Wilson, he played like a top 5 level quarterback. Where the hell is that guy now? Justin Herbert, while I certainly cannot trust this Chargers team as much as I want to, I trust Justin Herbert and ironically Brandon Staley a lot more than Hackett and Russell Wilson. So while I do think this is going to be a much more entertaining game, a much more fun game to watch, not just a boring ass close game, I still can't trust the Charger. I still can't trust Denver to save my life. So give me the Chargers to win this fairly close game. 30-23 Chargers.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna just say give me the Chargers 31-3.
Bet. I hate it, man. Give me the Chargers. Give me the Chargers 24-13. Okay.
I like it.
On to our next topic. Power rankings. Top 10 teams in the league from order from 1 to 10. CJ, we know you had no time to prepare, but you came.
No, I didn't. So this is all coming off the top. This is all coming off the top of my head, guys.
Let me go first, then, and maybe you can get inspired by me and Logan to have some time to think about it.
What's good, Ash? How you doing, man? What's good?
What's up, Ash? Thank you for joining us tonight. So yes, power rankings. I'm just going in the teams how they're looking right now. Now, people may look at my power rankings and be like, Zion, you're crazy, but that don't faze me. You can call it what it is. All right. So that being said, I have a tie for 10th place. I had it between the Chargers, the Titans, and Green Bay. I chose to go with the Chargers here. I think if you're Green Bay, you're struggling. I think they're gonna fix it, but right now, if you let up 17 points, unanswered, and you can't score anything against the Giants, I'm looking at it where you at right now. And where they're at right now is they need to fix a few things. They need to get the running backs the ball. They need to fix a few things. I'm not going to take the time to break down why Green Bay is not ranked. I know they're probably close to 6 or 7 on a lot of other people's list. But for mine, I got the Chargers. Next, I got San Francisco. People, again, might rank San Francisco, inside the top 7, but I don't. They got wins against the Seahawks, Rams, and Panthers. Who the hell is the Panthers? Who's the Seahawks right now? Outside Geno Smith playing good football. And the Rams, the Rams are struggling right now. You know what I'm saying? They got losses to the Bears and the Broncos.
Yeah, but you act like the
I'm not.
San Francisco 49ers were
Let
an
me
NFC
defend that. Yeah, let me defend that. Now, I'm not just gonna hear and list these teams and I'm gonna give my reasons. I honestly think that every team above San Francisco right now deserves to be there. Following the Giants at 8th. I got the Giants at 8 because we're showing that we're out there fighting for our coaches and playing good football. We're out there winning games that we're not supposed to be winning. People thought we wasn't gonna win coming into the season. I'd be one of them. I had us going 7-10. So I got the Giants at 8. Got the Ravens at 7. You know, they got week 1, they win against the Jets. Week 2, they win against the Pats. Week 5, they had the close one. We just seen against the Bengals. You know, they got to win against the Bengals.
Baltimore Bengals, yeah.
They lost to Miami, but keep in mind, but Miami was a top team at the time. You know what I'm saying? And they choked that game. They let Miami catch back up. And then they also lost to the Bills. The Bills is one of the best teams in the league. So that's why I have the Ravens at 7. I have Tampa Bay at 8. Tampa Bay is on the off and on. You know what I'm saying? Week 1 and 2, they win against the Cowboys and the Saints. Then they lose. And then this last week, they win against Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? Atlanta, who's Atlanta? Atlanta is absolutely nobody. But I think right now going forward, if you used to match up the Tampa Bay and the Ravens, I think Tampa Bay gets that game. That's why I have Tampa Bay above the Ravens. Now I have the Cowboys at 6. Reason being
is the Cowboys at 6.
I have the Cowboys at 6.
Shut the fuck up, boy.
They're playing good football, man. Only losing to Tampa Bay in week 1. I get it. The teams that they played, not really the best teams. They have the Bengals, the Giants, the Commanders, the Rams. But to go into the Rams' house and do what they do is a statement. And that's why I have the Cowboys, After I'm sorry, I mixed that up. I had the Cowboys and then I had the Ravens. My bad. I had the Ravens slightly above the Cowboys. After the Ravens, for the 4th team is going to be the Vikings. Outside of the dismantling against Philly, the Vikings are a good football team. They're a good offense. They have a good defense. Give me the Vikings. Number 3, I have the Chiefs. We don't need to explain that. They had one trap game out where they thought they was going to go in there and out coach and outplay the Colts. Guess what? That backfired. Okay. So, but the Chiefs are still a top team. I have the Bills at 2. That there's no explanation to that. And the best team right now playing in the NFL is the Eagles. People may look at the Eagles' schedules and be like, man, the Lions, the Vikings, the Commanders, the Jags, the Cardinals. But guess what? They're not only winning these games, they're demolishing these teams and they're embarrassing these teams. And that's why the Eagles are the number 1 team in the league right now. Go right ahead.
That's damn good. That's a damn good list. Okay.
But real fast before you go, just to run it back. I got the Eagles at 1, the Bills at 2, the Chiefs at 3, the Vikings at 4, the Ravens at 5, the Cowboys at 6, Tampa Bay at 7, Giants at 8, San Fran at 9, and then the Chargers at 10.
The what at 9?
San Francisco 49ers.
Okay. Who do you have at 10?
The Chargers. It's tied. It's tied between the Chargers, the Tennessee Titans, and Green Bay. If I had to pick one, if the Chargers was to play the Titans, I'm taking the Chargers. Right now, if the Chargers was to play Green Bay, I'm taking the Chargers. So right now, I have the Chargers at 10.
That's a damn good list. I can't lie on that. I'm a little surprised that you have the Niners that low. For them to be riddled with this many injuries and to remain as dominant as they have is just a testament to just how stupid their roster is.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I'm going to take it from a different approach. I'm going to actually go from 1 to 10 so I don't have to think too hard on it. But starting with number 1, I echo all your points. Philadelphia right now, they're playing the best team. They're playing like they're the best team in football right now. No cap. Excuse me. Offensively, outside of quarterback, what's their major weakness? They lead the league in big plays.
Jalen Hurts isn't really a weakness, though. He's a top 10 quarterback.
Well, no, well, that's it. When your weakest link is the fact that your quarterback isn't necessarily elite, that just shows how damn good your roster is. They lead the league in big plays. I think they lead the league in time of possession. They got the best running game. They got the best running game in football. They got the most explosive passing offense in football. They take the ball away and then they don't give it away. Philadelphia is just the antithesis of a complete football team. And their offensive line, I kid you not, it is every bit as good as Dallas's was when Dak Prescott was coming into the league. There is literally nothing that this Philadelphia Eagles team offensively can do, and then defensively, they take the ball away, they get after your quarterback. They got basically two shutdown corners in Slay and Bradbury on the other side. This Eagles team is just loaded. Jalen Hurts, my God, has he taken another leap? And Nick Sirianni, listen, I clown this dude in his opening day press conference. He has surprised the hell out of me since becoming the Eagles head coach. He's established a culture. The fact that he's built in the right system that's gonna make the stars on this team shine. So Philadelphia has earned all of my respect. They're a borderline playoff team, and they may end up having the best record, not just in the conference, best record in football. Coming in at number two, I think you and I are on the same boat here, Zion. The Buffalo Bills are just the Buffalo Bills have probably the most complete team in all of football. Defensive line, A. Quarterback, A. Receivers, A. Coach, A. The only real weakness of this team is that they're not quite as buttoned up when it comes to close games. But they are the Mike Tyson of the NFL. If you let up on them slightly, they will knock you out in a blink of an eye. The fact that their only real weakness going into the rest of the season is the fact that they're not at their best when games are tight. That's really Josh Allen's only weakness. And the fact that as great as Buffalo's roster is, they are solely dependent on Josh Allen. When he's great, they look like the best team in football. When he's off, even slightly, they can be had. They can be had by just about anyone, as we saw last year, and when they lost to the Dolphins. So that's really Buffalo's only real weakness is finishing tight games. Coming in at number 3, come on, Kansas City. Do I really need to delve right in with how stupidly talented this team is? Not only can they knock you out within a blink of an eye, but I've never seen a team be so comfortable being down 17 like it's nothing. Like they're just we say this a lot about guys like Brady, Peyton, Eli, some of the great quarterbacks of our era.
Yeah, facts.
You know you're a scary ass team when you can stare a Dublin. Just off the top of my head, man. You know you're a dominant team when you can look up the scoreboard and see that you're down by 3 scores and you're like, guys, we've been there and done that before. Okay. This is the same team. This is the same team that I saw ripped up 40 straight points like it was nothing. So Kansas City, they win tight games. They could blow you out in the blink. They could blow you out within the blink of an eye. The only reason why I have them slightly below Buffalo is the fact that if Mahomes isn't right, if he's off a little bit, they do not have the defense that could withstand a punch like that. So, again, this 4 o'clock matchup on CBS is going to be an absolute must. It's going to be an absolute must watch.
I thought it was on MTV.
I said CBS.
No, I thought it was on MTV though.
Why the hell would that game be on MTV?
Don't bite into it, TJ. Continue.
Okay.
Don't bite the fruit.
Okay, coming in at number 4. This is a team that I had given serious thoughts about winning the NFC conference this year. But until proven otherwise, because I've seen this team be this dominant before, and I've seen them come up short in the biggest moments of the playoffs. And so coming in at number 4, I got the San Francisco 49ers. The Niners are not only the toughest team in football, but mentally tough as well. Nothing about this team absolutely phases them, and I don't know what you guys are laughing about. The 49ers from a 53
Look
man
at Champ's
roster.
comment. Look at Champ's comment.
Look at Champ's comment.
Oh no!
What?
Continue.
What? Is that not a fact?
Continue.
Okay. Again, they're the most. They're the toughest team physically, and they're the toughest team mentally. The fact that they could be this injury riddled at this early of the season and still be physically dominant. My God. They were the only team that I thought could match up against the Rams as a team that could knock them off. Now I think that now at this point the Niners just physically and mentally owns them, unless they just out talent them. And so again, the Niners are a team. The Niners were one of my picks to get to the NFC Conference Championship. I don't see it as of right now. I really don't see any team getting in their way except begrudgingly this team. And I hate the fact that I have them this high, but I got to give the devil his due. Dallas is number 5 for me. And the reason why I have this team this high is because number one, roster construction, confidence, being able to win in a multitude of ways. And I think Dallas is at their best. And I think Dallas is at their best. Oh my goodness. I think this team is at their best when they dwell into more of their pastime, leaning more on the running game, leaning more on the defensive side of the ball. While I am not one of these fools that thinks Micah Parsons is the next Lawrence Taylor, hell to the fucking no. Micah Parsons is the real deal. He has just about every tool in his bag as a dominant elite edge rusher.
He also has the ability to dominate his teammates in the locker room.
Oh my goodness. We're still on that college. Listen. Unless you have a bona fide star at left tackle, Micah Parsons is going to ruin your day. He is just going to take your game plan, crumble up in a ball, and throw it out of the gate. And he's not just their only guy. He's not their only dominant pass rusher. We saw what DeMarcus Lawrence could do at his peak when he's fully healthy. He is easily a certified 10 to 15 sack kind of guy. And so now with Dak on his way back, having this team leaning more into the running game, Dallas in it. This might actually be the first time I actually buy Dallas as an NFC title contender.
Don't buy into Dallas. We know they're a legit season contender, but when it gets to the tournament, what do? They do this all the time. They do this all the time, bro. When was the last time they won? 27 years ago.
Can't believe I'm saying this, but this team feels different.
They feel different every year.
Moving into number 6, I do have Baltimore. Baltimore, listen. You got an MVP caliber quarterback. You got a coach of the year. You got a coach of the year candidate every year in John Harbaugh, and you have a top 5, top 10 level defense.
And you have Marcus Peters, who tries to jump his head coach on the sideline.
Listen, man, Marcus Peters has been as talented as he is. There's a reason why he's been on 4 teams in like 5 years, and so this defense is absolutely loaded. Lamar Jackson, when healthy, is a bona fide trip to the playoffs. They were one of the teams that I thought could be a dark horse coming out of the AFC this year. I'm not quite all the way there yet. But I do think in a certain style, they could, in theory, upset or get to the AFC title game, assuming Buffalo and Kansas City meet early. Now, who's that? Number 6? Coming in at number 7, as I'm going to try to wrap this whole thing up. Excuse me. I got the Miami coming at number 7. I got the Miami Dolphins. Number 8. Number 8. I will give to Minnesota. Number 9, Giants. And coming in at number 10, I will give it to. Again, guys, this is all off the top of my head.
You've been doing good. Just don't understand the Dolphins, but it's fine.
Coming in at number 10, I will say the.
I can't blank until you say something, so please say something.
Chargers, Titans.
Chargers. That's why the Chargers. That's who I was missing.
Okay.
Okay.
So let's see. He had the Eagles, he had Buffalo, he had the Chiefs, he had San Francisco, he had Cowboys, he had Ravens, he had Dolphins, he had who'd you have after the Dolphins? Minnesota, Giants, and then Chargers.
Okay. Give me the Buffalo Bills at 1. The Philadelphia Eagles at 2. Here's the thing. I'm getting some real 2019 Ravens vibes from the Eagles. They're going to have a really good regular season record, but their playoff debut will be terrible. And at number 3, give me the Chiefs. At number 4, give me San Francisco. Number 5, give me Baltimore. Number 6, give me the Rams. Number 7, give me the Tampa Bay Bucks.
Rams?
Give me the Vikings at 8, the Giants at 9, and the Cowboys at 10.
Fair.
Enough said.
I do love how both of you guys got San Francisco really early. I got them at 9. But I do like also how CJ included the Dolphins, a little bit different there, and you included the Rams.
I just think the Dolphins are somewhat underrated now because Tua is gone.
I think both teams are going to get it right, and eventually will see themselves in the playoffs eventually. But right now, it's week 6. I don't see them as a ranked team, but it is what it is. This is not North Korea. This is America, so you guys can have your opinions.
America. All right. Next category. Will the Rams get back on track, or is it too late?
I'm gonna say yes. They have. I'm sorry to interrupt you, CJ, but I'm gonna say yes. They have a perfect game out this week to prove it and to get back on track. Go out there and you're gonna dismantle the Carolina Panthers and get them back on track. I mean, like I don't look at the Rams' loss against the Cowboys as that surprising. I know people may blow it out of proportions, but the Cowboys are playing good football. They haven't lost since week 1 against Tampa Bay. That's Tom Brady. You know what I'm saying? And Tom Brady don't lose season openers that often. So that being said, like. I think the Rams get it back on track, and it's too early to panic, especially in that division. I mean, like the Cardinals lost last week, the Seahawks lost last week, the 49ers are playing good football, but the Rams could easily get back on track.
All right, CJ,
I think it's way too early to discount the Rams already. They still got a veteran team. Super Bowl winning quarterback, a coach who's been there and done that. They'll figure it out. They'll figure it out. They'll get eventually their protection scheme has got to get at least remotely better. I don't think it's going to remain a travesty throughout the entirety of the season. You still got Aaron Donald. You still got Jalen Ramsey. This team is still stupidly loaded. Now they may not end up coming out of the NFC this year. Hell, they may not even win their own division. But come playoff time, once this team figures it out, no one's going to want to see them. Absolutely no one is going to want to see a hungry, pissed off Rams team. So, not way too early to write them off.
Okay. Zion?
I gave my point.
Oh, right. Sorry. My brain turned off. I'm going to say, yeah, it's too early to write them off. Rams are going to get back on track. I'm just going to keep it short and sweet. I was going to make a really weird joke, but I'm just going to continue. Thoughts on the terrible officiating?
Yeah, absolutely terrible. If you all watched that Monday night game, that was a sack fumble from the Chiefs. And what did the refs do? They call it roughing the passer. Not only that game, you see it around the league. You know, obviously, I'm not trying to sit here and dog on the refs, man. That's a really hard job. You know what I'm saying? People may sit here and talk crap, and I do it too. Don't get me wrong. I yell at my TV too sometimes with bad calling. You know what I'm saying? I have a team, SC. We're in the Pac-12. The Pac-12 is one of the worst coaching in all of college football. But, you know, if you're in the SEC, people will say that about their coaches. If you're in the ACC, people will say that about their coaches, the Big Ten, so on and so forth. But that being said, these are not part-time workers. Obviously, some of them are, but like these are guys that, you know, come in, not full-time workers, and they have to master this whole rule book that changes every single year. And I can't sit here and be absolutely pissed off at them, but at the end of the day, it's a hard job, man, and it's been terrible. They need to find a way to make it better. But it's really hard because, you know, you can see a ref do one thing that's really good, and then next minute, you know, they do something really bad. So it's kind of like it's hard for me to fully be mad at them because it's such a hard job. But then, yeah, they need to clean up a lot of things. Yeah.
Christian?
You know.
Alrighty. What's the? I mean, you want to make a point, or you want to? I thought you said no. You don't want to answer.
I really try to put on a brave face.
No, go blast, rant. Do what you need to do.
CJ, this is for the views.
This is the moment. I don't go against me. Snap at them.
I try my hardest, my damnedest, to maintain good composure and to maintain a good attitude, but I cannot. This is fucking maddening at this point. Okay, these referees, and listen, I do not mean to attack these guys from a personal level. I do not mean to attack these. I do not mean to attack these guys from a professional level. But my God, can you be more dramatic than what we saw both this past Sunday and Monday Night Football? What the fucking hell? We've had not one, but two bona fide excellent football matchups between the Falcons and the Buccaneers and the Chiefs and the Raiders. Yet what is everyone talking about about those two matchups? The fucking flags. And I'm sorry. I said this Monday and I'm going to say it again. I'm an offensive guy. Okay, I am more than cool with the NFL eliminating certain hits. No more helmet to helmet. No more forearms up against it. No more forearms up against the skull. I am all about clean, wholesome tackling football. I do not give a flying fuck about setting the tempo and the hard hits and all this other nonsense. Spare me with the macho bullshit. And I'm sorry if this video gets demonetized, but at this point, I have zero F's to give.
We weren't going to make any money anyway.
But having said
God damn it, we just lost our contract with ESPN, Logan. Thanks, CJ. Asshole.
Having said all that. Well, listen, there's a reason why they call me a young Stephen A for a reason. Moving on. Having said all that, you have got to be kidding me. Listen, I understand the NFL wants to protect its star players, especially its quarterbacks. We all, last week at this time, we all clowned the Miami Dolphins for how they mismanaged Tua's injury. It was as clear as day. He had no business coming back in that Buffalo Bills game a couple weeks ago, and he had no business playing in that Thursday night matchup against the Cincinnati Bengals. You have a capable backup in Teddy Bridgewater who has been around, who has been around this league for a long ass time, you could have very easily sat Tua for this week, got him ready against the Jets the following week. You put him at risk, whether or not he had a concussion that Sunday or not. The optics are just wrong. I'm sorry, they're just simply just wrong. Having said all that, for the NFL, for these gosh darn referees to overreact to that extent is beyond pathetic. We are getting beyond.
You're into the dark side.
We are reaching towards the point of flag football. My 7-year-old godson plays flag football. It's not even all that good yet. And yet this is where the NFL is getting to. My God. And listen, for all the people says, guys, it's the Buccaneers. Of course Tom Brady is going to get all the calls, and I totally understand that. I've watched this man's entire career get bailed out by the most by the most luckiest calls in NFL history. The tuck rule. Anyone remember that? Having said all that, and I don't mean to sound like a conspiracy, theorist when I say this.
No.
But the more I think about it, the more I feel about it. The more I think about it, the more I feel like it's actually this scenario. It's almost as if the referees had this automatic game plan. If they see the smallest judgment call that is going to put everyone's golden boy Tom Brady at risk, we are going to pull out the red. We are going to pull out that dreaded yellow flag, and we're going to cost the team that almost screwed us up our golden boy the game. Because yes, could you argue that was roughing the passer? Fine. I don't agree. I think it was just a clean sack to which Brady just twirled his body around to make it look like he had been assaulted, but who cares? The fact that you call that flag at that moment, in that point of the game, is beyond unfathomable.
He said to make it look like he was assaulted.
I love Derek Carr. He's one of my favorite quarterbacks. He's been one of my favorite quarterbacks since he was coming out of Fresno State. I love Derek Carr. I've defended him throughout his entire career.
But this man is going to give an example of all his favorite players in the example every time the refs messed up. Continue.
But having said all that, by the time he got bailed out by that stupid ass flag, strip sack by Chris Jones, I wanted someone to knock his head off. Like seriously, like NFL, come on now, do better. I understand that you want to protect. I understand you want to protect the quarterback. I understand you guys got a lot of heat for the Tua situation. But my God, you talk about over-exaggeration. This is over-exaggeration to the highest point. And this is, again, coming from someone that loves offense. But I'll be damned in it. But I'll be damned if I did admit that I don't love a good defensive ball game. I would be kidding myself if I was not at least interested to see, can the Falcons actually pull off this upset? Like, no. Now we'll never get to know. And the thing that upsets me more so is that eventually, whether it's a primetime game or an NFC title game or an AFC title game, we're gonna have another historic matchup at some point at this season. And yet all that people are going to be talking about is the critical flag that happened towards the end of the game. It's mind-boggling. And it's incredibly frustrating because nobody defends the NFL more so than me. And even I'm beyond pissed off about this. Take it away, Logan.
We're going to move on to the next topic. CJ.
Yeah.
Is he the worst head coach in football?
Go right ahead, CJ.
No, he's not. Nathaniel Hackett still is. Next question.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree. Next question.
Nathaniel Hackett is still the worst head coach.
Is Daniel Jones earning more time with the Giants, or is this it?
I think for right now, he's looking like to be the starter for next year. And that's not even my real last name, but thank you. Listen. Listen, the better Daniel Jones plays throughout this year, the more and more I'm convinced he's going to be our starter next year. Hands down. Whether or not we draft a quarterback or not, Daniel is going to be here for, at the very least, the immediate future. Now, how much can Brian Dable squeeze out of this? I do not know. I'm intrigued to find out. But one thing that I know for sure, whatever we believe is the best version of Daniel Jones, we're going to find out by the end of this year. Because I do believe as the year goes on, as this offensive line continues to gain more continuity, the offense is going to be substantially better regardless of the weapons. So I do think Daniel, at least for right now, is going to be the guy coming into next year. But again, fingers crossed, and it's all a game-by-game decision.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes. Right now, Daniel Jones is playing good football, but honestly, man, Jaden mentioned it. We're gonna have to play Barkley. Barkley is the fundamental piece of this.
Oh
offense.
no, Barkley has already.
Yeah.
Whether it's franchise tag, tag or otherwise, Barkley will be back. Next year.
And honestly, Daniel Jones, he's a good player, and he will rebound with another team. But I just don't feel that the Giants are in any way able to pay him his money and Daniel Jones his money. If you think about it, guys, in college football, there's a lot of great quarterbacks that's going to be coming out. Obviously, we're not going to get the CJs, we're not going to get the Youngs, but we might get the hookers. You know what I'm saying? So that being the Hayden, you know what I'm saying? So that being said, you know, there's a lot of. I'm sorry,
save those for my birthday in a couple of months.
Hayden Hooker out of Tennessee.
Hendon.
Sorry. So
he's going to be a top 5 pick, though. He's leading the Heisman race.
We'll see what happens. And there's a lot of other great quarterbacks too. Not to mention the guy from BYU in Hill, and then we got that other kid in Coastal Carolina. Like there's a lot of great quarterbacks, and then there's going to be ones that emerge also. You know what I'm saying? Some people may look at the kid that plays at Kentucky, and some people may say like, oh, he could be a starting quarterback in this league. Some people may look at Josh Richardson. You know what I'm saying? People may say, not Josh Richardson, I'm sorry, but yeah, Richardson. Anthony Richardson. Some people may say like he might make it in this league based off his mechanics. You know what I'm saying? But that being said, I'd rather pay a quarterback on a rookie deal than having to pay Daniel Jones all that money. Okay, I get it, guys.
Sorry to cut you off, but if the Giants bring back Daniel Jones on an extension deal, it's not going to be 5 years.
Well, it's not going to be 5 years.
It's likely just going to be like a 2-3 year deal worth $60 million.
Say Barkley gives us a discount, right? Say Barkley gives us a discount, and we sign him to a $14 million contract, or $14 million a year contract, okay, for 3 years. So at $42 million a year for Barkley, okay? So how much money do we have to give Daniel Jones?
Well, then you franchise tag him.
Well, he's not going to, $20 million to franchise tag Daniel Jones. We're not going to pay Daniel Jones $20 million. After giving Barkley, that's about what he's So we're going to have to come up with a little bit over $27 million to pay both of them. And that's being lucky. It's probably going to be closer to 30. How are we going to get $30 million to pay both of these guys?
Well, you can listen.
Then Dexter Lawrence, I just signed the extension, but I understand where you're coming from. But you got to think about it too. If Daniel Jones can do this in Brian Dable's offense, what is his coaching staff going to do when they get the quarterback? I'm not going to say that they're gonna get the quarterback and immediately start him. We can still resign.
I'm not saying that Daniel is going to be the guy.
I'm not disagreeing with you. I say this to Logan. I say this to Adam. I say this to Matt. We've been talking about this the offseason. I'm not going to make another excuse for Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones is playing great football. But at the end of the day, when he goes to the passing game, he still in struggles. When Brian Dable goes, go out there and do your thing. I trust your legs more than I do your arm. What does that tell you? If I have a quarterback, I'm going to want to trust his arm before you can run down the damn field with your ball. You know what I'm saying? Before you can get yards with your legs. Now, if you look at Daniel Jones and you take out all his rushing plays, I get it. It's a dynamic player. You can't take out his rushes because that's what makes Daniel Jones Daniel Jones. But if you look at Daniel Jones and his mechanics as a straight passer, in his 4th year in the league. I'm done making the excuses for this guy.
Zion,
this guy's
it's
never
not
bottom of the bunch.
Zion. It's not about making excuses. It's about just accepting what Daniel Jones is. He's a mid to mediocre type of quarterback.
And that's why
Zion. Zion, hold on. I let you go, then let me make my point. No one is talking about bringing back Daniel Jones on a 4 or 5 year deal. No one is going to be offering Daniel anything more than $20 million. And $20 million is nothing.
It
$20
is
million
something with this roster and who we were trying to build something, CJ. $20 million is a lot of money when you can get a rookie. I'm not saying start the rookie. There's going to be bridge quarterbacks out there. Who knows? Grab Teddy Bridgewater or something.
And what do you think Bridgewater is going to cost?
Teddy Bridgewater is not going to ask for $20 million.
Yes, you think a guy like Teddy Bridgewater, who's been a star.
Get Tyrod Taylor to start as the quarterback.
Tyrod Taylor's the backup, Zion.
I'm just saying, dude. We're gonna have to play Barkley. We're not gonna be able to play Barkley and Daniel Jones, bro. It's just
then you franchise. Then you franchise that. No, you pay Barkley. You franchise tag.
Where is this money coming from? I guess you're assuming that Apple's gonna buy the NFL Sunday ticket and they're gonna raise the salary cap.
Oh my goodness, Zion! There is Zion. We were asking how the Giants are going to create cap space last off season, and we figured out a way to muster up some money to put together at least a decent offensive line on the interior side. There's plenty full of ways for the Giants to create cap space. If they want to make the money work,
$29 million for Daniel Jones, right there. Corey said it. How are we going to franchise tag him for $29 million and then play Barkley? That's 2 players. We're trying to build a football team here.
Okay, and you pay Zion. You pay Saquon.
Okay, let me ask you this.
You pay Saquon. You franchise tag Daniel, and if you want to take a swing at a quarterback, you do so.
No, because we're gonna need a stud wide receiver, bro. If we keep Daniel Jones and we take Barkley, best believe you go after a number 1 receiver in that draft.
Zion, do you have any idea? Zion, there's like seven number 1 wide receivers to come out in the draft like every year. If the Giants want to find an elite level wide receiver in the draft, they will find one.
Yeah, it didn't work out. It didn't work out to us. Look at Tony. Look at Robinson.
That was with who? A previous regime. And what the Robinson doesn't really count.
Everybody wanted this Gettleman, huh? Look at Dexter Lawrence. Ain't that a Gettleman guy? Look at McKinley. Ain't that a Gettleman guy? Look at O'Shane, how he's playing this year. Ain't that a Gettleman guy? Ain't that all Gettleman guys?
And a dead clock is right twice a day. What's your point?
My point is, like, how are we gonna pay Daniel Jones, pay Barkley, and then rebuild this team at the same time? Zion,
this is what having an elite front office does. They figure it out.
They don't have a money printer.
Zion, if a front office wants to create cap space, they will figure out a way to do so. They'll move money around. They'll cut players. They'll reconstruct contracts. We literally went through this last offseason. Like, how the hell are the Giants going to bring in any type of free agents where they have no money? Well, they found a way to create. Well, they found a way to create money. They move money around. They cut guys. They move contracts around. There is a way to get it done.
I'm tired of this narrative that we're going to give Daniel Jones another touch and enough time. Okay, he's on track. I'm not being a dick right now, but he's on track to throw 17 touchdowns this year, okay, with about 2,900 yards, okay? So you're telling me you're comfortable paying a quarterback $30 million for being average.
Pay him $30 million. The franchise tag is worth 20.
It's 29.7, CJ.
But I'm done with these excuses. Daniel Jones have an O-line. Daniel, I'm not saying you, CJ. I'm just saying Giants Nation.
Zion,
Daniel Jones have an O-line. Daniel Jones receivers. Daniel Jones is playing outstanding football. What?
Zion, I'm not disagreeing with you. All I'm saying is that if the Giants want to bring back Daniel on a cheap, low-cut contract, they will figure out a way to do so. Whether or not we think Daniel was the long-term answer or not, he's played well enough to at least have that position lost by next year. I'm not saying pay Daniel Jones franchise level money. No. If the Giants want to figure out a way to move money around and bring back Daniel on a cheap 1-year deal, they will do so. No one else around the league is going to pay Daniel Jones 1 iota. And so if the Giants cannot find a substantial upgrade, now again, they may go in the draft and take it. They may wait until next year's draft and draft a quarterback. Let him sit behind it. Let him sit behind Daniel for a year. But the fact of the matter is, if the Giants want to bring back Daniel Jones on a cheap deal, they will figure out a way to do so. The only guy that I'm paying big money, the only guy on this roster, well, 2 guys, the only 2 guys on this roster that I'm paying big money to is Dexter Lawrence and Andrew Thomas. The Giants will figure out a way to pay those 2. Saquon, I honestly don't know what's going to happen to Saquon. I think he's coming back. I think he's coming back. To what deal? I'm not sure. But Daniel?
But here's the thing, CJ. You can't look at that and like I understand where you're coming from, and I absolutely agree with you in your take. But here's some things though. You can't look at it like I know you didn't say this, so I'm not trying to put words in your mouth. But you can't say like the Giants didn't win anything in the last 10, 12 years. So when you have your agent, I'm not saying, I'm just giving you a hypothetical. When you have your agent saying, yeah, give the Giants a discount. Yeah, stay with the Giants. Shit. No, wait. The Colts may want you. Oh, wait, hold on. So-and-so may want you. There's teams around here that we prove it every single year. There are teams around here that look at quarterbacks and want to bridge, okay? We probably, and this is just me hypothetical, like you said, we can move money around. Look at what we did after that Leonard Williams contract. I'm not saying we can't, but I'm just saying when you have your agent in the year, you have other teams offering you contracts, I'm telling you, like, it's going to be really, really hard financially for the Giants to this team is not yet complete. We're playing good football, but it's because our coaching staff is having these players play good football. This team is not yet done. This is still a foundation year. People may look at the 4-1 record and be like, oh, yeah. I'm not saying this is you. I'm just talking. We're set. We just need a couple of pieces. And no, we're really far off on where we're supposed to be. We're going to get eliminated in the tournament. If Daniel Jones makes the Super Bowl, I bite my tongue. But we're going to get eliminated if we even make the tournament, okay? This team is not built to, maybe I'm wrong. The way we've been playing, maybe I am wrong, okay? And I hope I'm wrong. Yet I hope I'm wrong about this too, because shit, we wait to 2024. There's Caleb Williams. There's the NC quarterback coming out more. There's a lot of great quarterbacks coming out in 2024. Don't get me started on that year. But I'm just saying, financially, it's going to be really hard for the Giants to build this team, pay Barkley his bag, which he damn deserves, and we're going to have to try to get Barkley to give us a discount to even pay him his bag. No ways we're going to pay Barkley like $18 million a year. We're lucky if we can get him down to $15 million a year. And then either franchise tag or sign Daniel Jones to a 2-year contract when we have so much other needs on this football team. So much other needs.
Zion. This team is not Zion. This offseason, the Giants are not going to be, even if the Giants create a boatload of cap space, the Giants are not going to be looking to go hogwash.
I'm not saying they are, but we could use a middle linebacker. We could use a safety.
Get Zion, you could get that in the draft.
CJ, I'm not trying to depend on 7th-round picks and 5th-round picks anymore. I'm trying to build this team the right way. I'm not going to
on late-round picks. All I said is you can take care of that in the draft.
I get it. Barkley and Daniel Jones is our playmakers right now. That they are our offense. I'm not trying to take the way that of Jones. But right now, if you look at it, and the way I'm looking at it is, you're going to have to pick one, and I'm picking Barkley. I'm picking Barkley over Jones. This team's going to need receivers. This team's going to need a lot of help. You know what I'm saying? We're going to need a lot of help. So that being said, let's see how the season plays out. I didn't mean to argue with you, CJ.
Moving on.
Well, here's my take. Either sign Teddy Bridgewater or Gardner Minshew, let DJ go, give Barkley his bag, and take a QB in the first round.
There you go. Like I said, if the Giants want to create cap space, whether it's to pay Daniel or to get another quarterback, they will figure out a way to do so.
Well, that's going to do it. Get your final shout-outs in. We've been live for about an hour and a half.
Thank you guys for having me on such short notice. Glad I could be a helping hand in your time of need. I am now going to get ready for bed as it's way too late for me to freshen up. You guys have a blessed night, and I'll talk to you guys later.
Absolutely. Well, thank you guys for watching tonight. Right up to CJ for coming on at such a short notice. Such a short notice. Put together a great top power ranking team. Kind of misunderstand a little bit of that last conversation, but I understand that he's on the same page with me, and I'm sorry to get excited like that on you, CJ, and I'm sorry to get excited on that to you fans, but it's for the content, and I truly believe that this team is on the right path and perfectly, hopefully we can go out there and get a win against Baltimore this week, and then we can go and see the rest of the schedule out. But that being said, thank you guys so much for joining, and please subscribe to all these great content creators.
Subscribe,
Peace.
like, share. OnlyFans link is in the description. We're out.